That's offensive, as if those two words constitute an argument.
A number of figures on the left have denounced this show as racist.
That is very offensive.
Caitlyn Jenner was Woman of the Year, but she hasn't been woman for an entire year. Oh, that's so offensive.
Honestly, I find it offensive.
I am so offended.
I was offended and dismayed.
There's a lot of music full of the N-word.
That's racist!
By the way, and the B-word.
Everything is sexist.
And the H-word.
Hate speech is not protected by the First Amendment. Yes, it is. Threats are not protected by the First Amendment.
Everything is racist.
That's offensive to me, that kind of language.
Everything is homophobic.
And it's offensively unfunny.
Sometimes you don't choose the right words, or you say the wrong thing. I have done that.
And I was thinking, because like this is true, her like at her memorial the theme was like pursue your dreams, so it's like that's what I'm doing now, you know. But like when my jokes don't land, then I get to try again tomorrow.
Ouch. Oh, that's so
like one of
good.
those it's a joke that I think's really good, but I wouldn't want my mom to hear it though.
She's heard your midget fisting joke, but you wouldn't want her to hear your
it's
joke.
her daughter. Like, it's her dead daughter.
It's also your sister.
Yeah, but... I was thinking, like, I should probably follow it up with something like, dude, that's my sister, and we were really close, and I can tell you with confidence that she would hate that joke.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Like, we would probably stop loving each other if she heard me say it.
Would she stop listening to the podcast if we...
She would have never started.
That's good. Good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, dude, I feel like... Because I've been trying to make that into a joke for a really long time. And I feel like I finally found, like, a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good joke once it's, like, polished.
I think it's already good.
It needs some polishing. It's a turd right now.
Oh, it's just a turd.
It's a turd right now.
And you're hoping to turn it into a polished turd.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the metaphor I was getting at there.
I like it.
Oh, that must be Zoltan. I'm going to take a piss before we start.
Go for it. He's going to stand up and take it. How are you?
The casting couch.
Oh, pardon me. I'm Michael.
Hi, nice to meet you, Michael. Zoltan, nice to meet you. Dusty, Zoltan, nice to meet you.
And you were at the...
taking this seat.
Oh, yeah.
Or couch if you... Mike was just saying he likes that seat, but we are also saying he doesn't get a choice. So if you want a couch seat, you can steal. You can dethrone him.
Good.
Sit on my couch, but sit on another.
I'm very attached to this spot. It's very comfortable. You spend enough time in a spot, it becomes your territory.
For sure.
The feng shui, right? Like
It's
it matches the little like the energy, the zen you have.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
I just bought some new art online that's gonna come in, and I was like looking at my place. I'm like, it works right there, but do I need to be seeing a half-naked man every day when I wake up?
Yeah. Definitely not feng shui. Yeah.
That's yeah.
It's a painting of Ric Flair.
Oh yeah.
But I'm like, I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not like right in my eye line as I'm sleeping.
You want to introduce yourself, who we're with here today?
Oh, my name is Zoltan Kaszas.
Oh my goodness, thank you for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, this is the weirdest neighborhood because I don't live far from here.
Yeah.
But I was in the hood 2 blocks ago.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy,
then
right?
I get off El Cajon, and then we just drive into, like, I don't want to say $1 million houses, but a shade under $1 million.
Yeah, pretty
like
close.
998.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
2 blocks off of El Cajon.
Right.
Yeah, they're
There's like a
rentable.
shady liquor store like 500 feet away.
There's nothing but shady liquor
And
stores.
then there's a mansion 20 feet this way.
Yeah. And then right over here, just like a white guy getting out of a
Fancy car.
staring at me going. Yeah, and I don't live far away. I live over on Adams.
Okay.
Over by over in Normal Heights, so like close to
A coffee shop.
like that area.
Yeah.
Are you-
like just past Kensington, kind of?
Yeah. So I'm on the other side. I'm on the Normal Heights side of that bridge. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Over
Yeah,
there.
cool.
Yeah.
I may or may not work at that exact location.
You work at
A coffee shop.
Tonight, yeah, actually.
Oh, nice.
I'm the graveyard, the midnight to 8 a.m.
I'll
guy.
come by and get a tea.
Yeah.
At midnight.
Yeah. No, I like to do that.
Yay.
Really?
Because this is the only thing open unless you want to be that weirdo that goes to the grocery store. They're the only thing that's open. So like sometimes if I do a show in LA and I drive back, I'll go over there and get a tea and one of those big ass cookies they sell.
Oh, yeah.
And then, party.
This
I'll
sounds
make
like a
my
good
own
time.
decisions.
Yeah. I'm an adult.
Yeah. I'll go get a chocolate chip cookie at midnight. It's my damn choice. So yeah.
I mean, that is my crowd. It's the craziest mix of. I mean, imagine that work shift, like midnight to 8 a.m. So like you start off, it's like drunks.
Yeah.
It's drunks and students who've been there for 8 hours. So it's like
Yeah.
stressed out, loopy / drunks and drugged out people, youngins.
Do you guys
And then
serve
it just-
food the whole time?
Yeah. We're
All
supposed
right.
to. Sometimes we close it down if it's like too.
Yeah, there's like
we're
nothing.
too busy or too dirty.
Oh, okay,
or
yeah.
run out of shit.
Too dirty.
We're supposed to
Because
keep-
there's just one person on
Yeah.
shift, right? I one time I went to get the tea and the
sucks.
cookie. Yeah. One time I
kinda
went.
nice. It's kinda liberating.
I went at like midnight or 1 or whatever to get my tea and my cookie, and there's a young girl working there. And it was like there's some people studying, but there's also like a lunatic out front. That's him right now.
Yeah.
It's always the smallest dogs that can't do anything. Isn't that funny? It's always the smallest dogs. You're like, what are you gonna do?
Just kick it.
Anyway.
Lightly kick it and probably give it a concussion.
Yeah, there's no help. My point is, there's no help there.
No. They provide zero protection other than audible warning.
Yeah. No. I mean,
A coffee shop.
Oh.
like you're there. Whoever's working the counter, and the time I was there was like this young lady. You're the person. And some crazy person's gonna come in like, hey, I'm gonna be crazy in here, and then you're just there making like a latte, and then you gotta go over there like, I just pictured like someone finishing the flower design on a latte, and then having to go fist fight a homeless person right after getting the little design all perfect. Like, oh, here you go. Is that with soy, right? All right, let me go fist fight this derelict.
See, that's a hypothetical story in your mind right now, and that is exactly what happened to me last week.
Oh my God. Is that what this is? Did you get punched in the eye?
No, this is acne.
Oh, okay. I thought you got punched in the eye.
That's on the other side.
This is some
Yeah,
mid
there you
shit.
go.
This is some.
You should have lied.
Yeah.
That's
That's from the stress of the fight. Yeah.
Are you born and raised San Diego?
Mostly raised, but not born. I was born in Budapest, Hungary.
Okay.
And moved to the States when I was 4. And lived in Pittsburgh for a while. That's where I got all my sports allegiances and stuff like that. And then moved to San Diego when I was in second or third grade. One of those two. But yeah, mainly San Diego.
Yeah.
But not born.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Where... I forgot where I was going with that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I threw a curveball at you.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I got nothing.
Yeah. I'm like, I know zero about Budapest. I know like 2 things about Pittsburgh.
What are 2 cool things about Budapest? Where is Budapest?
Budapest is in Hungary.
For those of us who may
for
not.
an idiot at home that may not know where Budapest is, could you
I
tell
love
them
that this is called North Park Parade. Like, this is not what I expected. I expected someone with like a beret that was going to tell me more about Hungary than I knew.
That is not this podcast.
All right, cool. Well, now we know.
You actually don't really know if the Earth is round.
Now we're getting into it.
We'll continue.
I get it. So you guys are part of the Death Squad, the Joe Rogan School of Podcasts, where you take protein powder and learn to choke someone, you go, you know what? This is all flat.
Lots of CBD oil. And,
It's like a weird slippery slope. There's something about listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, and then you slowly start buying his products, and then eventually you're like, you know what? I've assaulted enough humans that I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. This earth is flat. And I'm ready to fist fight anyone who disagrees. It's such a weird whatever.
Yeah.
So CBD fighting classes, and I'm smarter than you. Let's go.
And I'm one of those people like CBD.
Listen to me talk.
I don't know if you guys are like this. Does nothing for me.
Really?
To me, it's a placebo.
It makes me sleepy, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is I've done it when I was already sleepy. So I don't know.
Could just
was I already sleepy? Or?
It helps my cancer dog.
It helped your what?
My cancer dog, like before she died. Yeah, she was like she had foot cancer, like too much foot, and
Jesus, that's a technical term.
Technical term. And she wouldn't walk on it because it was too painful. And then I started giving her CBD, and then she she got another 6 months of walking on it before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I've heard it helps a lot of people, like people that suffer from anxiety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like I've taken a couple hits off of it at night. And just trying to relax.
You don't seem like an anxious guy though.
No, I don't have anxiety. I was just, my buddy works at a thing, and he's like, here, take the CBD pen. I'm passing it out to people. I was like, okay. Yeah. I'd rather have the weed one.
Agreed. Speaking of which,
I should have known by the laugh, but
and or the belly.
It was the laugh. I'm like, if they're not smoking weed, But no, I'm all right. I actually have a busy. I'm flying out tomorrow, so I'm doing laundry right now. Then I got to pack, and then I got to run over to that Barberside place over near
a coffee shop.
It's that barber shop that's open till midnight. If you're heading towards Kensington, it's on the left hand side. It's a little barber shop, and it's open till midnight.
And they're good, I take it. If you're going,
they're good.
Yeah.
I just get the beard trimmed a little bit.
Okay,
that's
cool. That's good to know. It's hard to find a barber if you work regular hours. Yeah,
they're open till midnight. There's no. I'm not getting paid for this plug. Of just, I like going there.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
But yeah, no, you don't have to have an appointment or whatever. You just show up and they give you a beer, and you're just there sipping beer, and while some hipster makes your beard nice. It's great.
Funny how that works.
I loved it. It was perfect. And that way you have the most fresh beard the next morning, which is only a few hours later. You're going to the airport. You're like, look at this guy. This dude's sharp as hell. Yeah.
Real quick, can I pitch you a business idea?
Yeah.
On our last podcast.
Yeah.
Previous podcast. Similar concept. So you have a hipster. You walk in. You hipster.
I don't know if I know what business idea this is.
It's the trough cleaning, the pig pen. So you walk in, it's very manly stuff, man stuff, and they hand you a beer, maybe a cigar, you sit down on a nice leather, a massage table, belly down, naked, and a man just goes to town on your ass and just cleans it up, shaves it up, cleans it out.
Oh, shaves your ass.
Yeah, we'll call it the trough cleaning.
How often? Wow. Okay, yeah. So it's one thing to do
that's a business idea.
Manscaping, but what if you did the full package?
Wow,
full
that's
body.
weird that you brought that. That you guys brought that up because do you know the company Manscaped?
They're
based here in San Diego, and I'm going to be the spokesperson for them.
No way.
Yeah.
So speaking of this business idea,
so they don't have someone else do it for you. They sell all the products for you to do it yourself.
The utensils.
Yeah. And they gave me I had a meeting with them a couple weeks ago, and they gave me all these goodie bags. Really? Just a bunch of crap. I did it all to my ass. It's great. It's great. They had a shaver that's waterproof, so you can do it in the shower, and it's good.
That's smart.
And
smart / how much?
I don't know. They gave it to me.
Website? Just go to
go to.
He's like, you look like a hairy guy. I'm sure you could use this,
dude. I have the hairiest. I can't grow chest hair to save my life, but I got the hairiest ass on the planet.
I'd argue for the title on that one. Really? Yeah.
All right, let's go. Ass hair off.
Here's a good question. How did you find out? I'll tell you how I found out.
That's a fantastic story. Would you like me first or you first?
You go first.
All right.
Ass hair off. Go.
So we went through a phase where we enjoyed mooning each other, my friends in Kansas.
My story is very similar.
Yes. So we were driving down the highway. I was in one friend's truck. They were in another. Back window was down, and one of my friends decides to stick his ass out the window. But he had a little bit of shit like still on his ass. It looked like it was like just like it was like a wipe, like it was just left over from a wipe, and he missed it. And I thought that was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
right.
I would have crashed the car.
If I was driving, I would have. I was crying at this point. So I'm like, okay. Like I gotta step up here. I'm in the back seat. I'm most vulnerable for this.
For sure.
So I put my ass out the window. All right, pants down, ass out the window. I can hear my friends from the other car screaming, "What the fuck?" Like, you have the hairiest ass we have ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I never showed anyone my ass ever again.
Yeah, that's not a fun. Yeah, that sucks. That not only just some of your friends, all your friends, pointed it out. So there wasn't even anyone left to lie to.
Yeah, this was a group of 6 people. Yeah. There's no hiding after that.
No,
that's too many.
They called them Sasquatch for 6 years.
Yeah.
No, why would they?
Asquatch. Actually,
there's no way it's gotten. There's no way that situation's gotten better over the years.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, that's not something that goes away with time.
No.
You can't walk that off.
So
yours, yes.
Me and my buddy Julian hung out we were friends with these 2 girls, and this is like 2006, 2007. So it was back when digital cameras were a thing. Like everyone had a digital camera, and that instead of phones.
Yeah.
And what we would do for fun is we would take when they weren't around, we'd grab it and take pictures of our butts, so because they'd always scroll through the pictures of the evening, and then you just watch, and then once they got to the butt, they go, oh, and then we'd laugh and high five because we were 20.
Yeah,
and that's what stupid people do.
I'm laughing now.
Yeah. So one time he took a picture of my ass, and we never looked at the pictures ourselves because why, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason I did. And it was his ass, and then it came to mine. And I'm telling you, it was kind of from the side.
Yeah.
Like you got both cheeks, but it was more of a side kind of Scorsese angle. And so you saw 2 cheeks, and then south of the cheeks, like an afro of hair came out of my ass that looked like it was connected. It looked like I was giving birth to someone with very curly hair.
You were giving birth to Bob
Ross. Yeah, that's what it looked like. And I went, what the? And I was so upset that I shaved my ass that night, which was great for about 4 hours. 4 hours, I was in heaven. I was a one-wipe Charlie. I was in and out of there. Yeah. I was like, this is great. And then about hour 6, hour 7, I realized the grave mistake I had made. Yeah. When you get the
prickly?
You get the after. Oh man, I had the worst rash. It was awful.
Oh. Yeah.
It was awful. Yeah. It's just like if you shave your face and you get razor burn, except you get it down there. I was so upset.
You don't get that with Manscaped.
No.
This is great practice.
Manscaped.com, right? Is that where you find
10% off promo code offensive?
Yeah.
Offensive. Spell it wrong.
How easy is it to get, like, do you feel like you got all the spots with Manscaped?
Yeah, with that little buzzer they gave me, little trimmer, I think I got everything.
Yeah.
It's just I always have to make the decision to, like, it's weird when you trim but you don't do your thighs. Like,
I know. Where
do you
stop? Where do you stop?
Yeah. I stop at my bikini line. It's like a reverse. But David Tell had a great joke about that years ago. It's like if you shave your balls, you got to shave your whole body. Because if you just shave your balls but you have hairy legs, it just looks like you had a garbage fire on your junk. Yeah. And you got it put out right before it took over the rest. And so it's never...
You could maybe remedy it with like a good fade,
Sure. Yeah. Fade into the thicket.
See, that's always my plan of action. I shave the balls, shave everything, but on like a clipper setting like 3.
There you go. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
never all the
don't-
way down, you know.
No.
So that way you can kind of get away with not shaving
No.
your hairy ass thighs.
That's kind of like having a 5 o'clock shadow, but
Yeah,
on your
like a,
balls,
like a natural, kind of like my beard right now, how it's like thick and
And
messy,
listen,
you know. Then it kind of transitions down into nothing.
It's
you know?
funny how much we focus. It's funny how much we focus on it because I'm not judging your guys' sex life, but I'm sure like people aren't looking at it all the time.
Exactly.
Like it's a once in a moon. You're like, oh, is it a winter solstice?
It's that time of the year again.
Yeah. But here we
next,
are.
we have a segment on our show called the Last Time You Had Sex.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to laugh at us because I think our number hasn't changed, right? Maybe.
Yeah, no. It's Dusty's so far our hardest hitter. If you
Hardest hitter. Oh, there you go.
I knock him out of the park. I don't know.
Got the best batting average.
Throws his dick around town.
Yeah.
All around
Slinging
town.
it.
Yeah. It's not good. It's the same as it was last time. I don't know what it was last time.
Like 3
What
weeks.
day? Okay, so it's been 4 weeks then.
Oh, I think we're the same.
Yeah.
First
Okay.
weekend of May.
Yeah.
Cool, you guys. Fuck. We get it. cool, guys. I personally want to hashtag sex strike. Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, I got
Shout out to
I got a decimal place in my Instagram followers. Like some people are interested.
Real cool, you know.
Yeah.
Cool, guys.
Yeah.
So that's the word.
It's almost been a year for me.
Yeah, we're
It's nearing,
we're a
10
lot
months,
better than
9 months.
the other one's batting.
To be fair, it's only because of comedy. Like if I was just like a regular person, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. Yeah, because I don't have any confidence to talk to anybody.
Yeah,
but like once you see me do the only thing I'm good at, then I'm like, then they just come to you, and then you're just like, hi, and you just play along. Like but. If I didn't do stand up, like no, I'd be
That's
matching
me.
you
Welcome
guys.
to my life because I'm like the semi-funny guy that doesn't do comedy. So like
Yeah,
I'm annoying.
semi-funny.
Like the funny part of me doesn't like pay off. Like in the eyes of like potential mates.
Pay off.
Like it's not profitable. It's not a good trade. It's actually kind of bad.
And you look like you've been married for a decade.
Funny because I'm the youngest one here.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, but I am in fact the oldest. No, I'm the youngest.
Well,
He fucks the oldest.
So he's at a year.
I've been like 5 months.
All right.
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
at like 9 months. Whatever October is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early
Oh,
October.
October. Was this a Halloween party?
It was early October.
Okay.
I actually struck out on Halloween.
Oh, it was a harvest.
That was the last time I
don't
struck
know.
out.
Is that
I haven't really
harvest? I don't
tried.
know.
I
He was
gave
at-
up.
he was
Became
at
a
a-
fat ugly slob. that
He was
didn't
working
try
at a
for-
pumpkin patch. And one thing led to the other.
Went for a roll in the hay.
Hey.
The great pumpkin disappears once again. Which leads to the next segment, Fat Shame Sean. Fat Shame Sean.
As soon as you said Fat Shame Sean, I was like, oh, well, yeah, well, I know what the fat one is.
How fat is Sean? This is how fat I am. I'm like 75% of the way to like not seeing my dick. So how fat do you think I am?
Oh yeah.
Who are we fat shame you?
Yeah.
Is that this?
Yeah.
You guys need to change the title of this podcast.
To Fat Shame Sean.
No, to like if this is North.
because I agree with
Listen
that.
to how depressing our lives are.
No, listen. It's because like the reason I say it is because it's like you have a segment called Fat Shaming. If this was like a real North Park hipster podcast, we would be like giving off a list of people that should be executed in the streets because they fat shamed somebody on Twitter.
Oh, yeah,
and then we'd have a picture, we'd have like a collage of plus size models and we'd all lie about how gorgeous they are. Like that would be the real
next
North
segment.
Park radio.
Our next segment is whale appreciation. We'll get to that.
Oh, that's horrible. And by the way, not that I don't think plus size models are beautiful, but like the way people like over the top go, they are just drop dead gorgeous. I'm like, now I don't believe you. If you just said that's a beautiful woman, I would have been like, cool. But you went, oh, she's the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. Like, no, you're trying so hard.
You have a fetish, sir.
Yeah, either that, or you're just trying so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. You're in a folk band. Calm down.
Pop folk.
Yeah. Between that and so fat shaming and whatever the last thing was.
Oh, last time you had sex.
No, the thing before that. Oh, because you guys didn't know where Hungary was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, every hipster.
Oh yeah,
would be
hungry and fat.
Yeah, we still haven't heard.
I see the connection there. Yeah. I'm a smart person though. So, yeah. I don't know. I think the whole like plus size model movement's cool because it shows it shows that like it doesn't matter how fat you are, like you can still be like airbrushed and photoshopped. There you go. You know what I mean? So I think that's important for people to know.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with having confidence.
No. Yeah, that's true.
It's just that's a tough. The problem with because I'm a comedian, if everyone's confident, that means it's hard to shut down a heckler.
Yeah,
because then everyone's confident, and then you can't hurt them. They have too much self-esteem. And you're like, well, can you still not talk? It's kind of about me, you know? Yeah. Like, I'm on stage, there's a light on me. Like, there's a lot of things. Everything's really focusing on me right now. And I can't hurt your feelings. I'm saying awful things. But you just have too much confidence. I don't know how to get you to be quiet. So how do we fat shame you?
It is update because I'm trying to lose weight because
congratulations.
A month and a half ago, I was at the heaviest I've ever been in my life.
Oh well, good.
And that's
now it's
like
better.
Super depressing because I was like the fat kid in high school and I lost a bunch of weight.
Yeah, but it creeps back
and then dipped back. To the heaviest.
Yep. Wait, you're not the heaviest you've ever been right now?
So not anymore. No.
Oh.
So since my heaviest 266, I'm now at 250.8.
Oh, 15 pounds.
I can't lose it, man. I can't go to that
2.4. You like plateau, and then it's. I recommend getting your heart broken.
It's been a quick 15, and then it's been like a week and a half.
Have you tried CBD oil?
0. I know. I need to like listen to Joe Rogan and Alex Jones, and like get up on whatever they're doing.
Alex Jones does the same workout Joe Rogan does, but he just eats quesadillas. He's doing jujitsu, he's doing all the kettlebells, but while Joe Rogan's eating like kale, he's munching on a full-on quesadilla.
Oh, I thought you meant he was eating quesadillas while he was doing the workout.
That too.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. Each kettlebell swing.
On the treadmill with like the carrot on the stick. It's a quesadilla on a stick.
Yeah, Alex Jones is built like a luchador.
He is.
Yeah, he's built like a Mexican wrestler where he's like, hey, like you're big and strong, but you will never have abs. Yeah. It's that fat strong kind of thing, you know.
Fat strong.
Yeah.
See, that's what I idolize. That's what I want to be.
Fat strong.
At least there, you know.
Yeah. Just keep eating, but work out all the time, and then I think that's how you build that. You do those like
plan of action,
like those power, like those strongman lifts where they're like you don't do a lot of reps, but you do a lot of weight, and then you end up, and then pretty soon you can't put your arms down. It's great. Yeah. It's a good build.
Yeah, but you are very just for the segment. You are very fat.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
250.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How tall are you?
250. Yeah. 5'10".
Oh, I thought you were taller.
I don't know.
I think
my whole life, everyone always thinks I'm like tall, but like literally, I'm like 5'10". I think the hair, and I am kind of like big in like the shoulders, like strong, like high, like I think I just kind of
I would have thought you were gonna say like 6'2".
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
So in case you ever commit a crime, like the stats, they're like, no, we're looking for someone 6'2". Yeah. This guy's only 5'10".
We're looking for someone 6'2" and very fat.
So what are you doing
this
to
guy
lose?
Says he's 250, but he's definitely 300.
It's about 480 pounds.
But I wanted to say because like sometimes I can't get over that 250 hump. It's like, man, dude, I really want to just not be 1/8 of a ton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to say that, like, at least start getting in, like, 1/8 is kind of that cutoff where, like, when you start getting lower, it's like an obscure number, but 1/8 is kind of like that last.
Yeah, the last fraction.
What a fraction you can bring up and not be a weirdo for bringing it up, you know?
Yeah. For sure. What would you do to drop the 15 or 16 pounds there?
Just like actually exercised. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Would you
and,
cut
like,
out
drink
eating
water instead of like just nothing but soda and.
Yeah. If you cut out, that was like one of the things because I lost a bunch of weight,
a lot of carbs, and sugar.
Reducing,
but not all the way.
Right. Yeah. I wish that I was. I was never into soda, but I wish that I was because all my friends, or like anytime you hear someone that drank a lot of soda, and like I just quit drinking soda and I'm down 15 pounds. Yeah. And you're like, I kind of want to pick it up just so I can cut it.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I was never into soda. But yeah, carbs are poison. You can't like for some reason we can't eat bread or any dairy. Like, it's just, it sucks. You got to work out every day. It's not fun.
Well, I was sitting at like 240 for like the last year-ish.
Where do you want to be?
But I quit smoking cigarettes.
That helps.
And then just ate. And ate. Like I knew it and I didn't know it at the same time.
Sure, yeah.
And just ate. And it was just that, it just kept going, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden I just like stepped on the scale one day and it was like 266. I'm like, what the fuck? You know?
Yeah. You kind of do that thing where like, well, no one saw me eat this, so I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. You're like, I ate it in the
I'll
dark.
pretend I didn't. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'll poop it out
I wish I
soon,
would have.
So.
I wish I would have known you
Good,
weren't
right?
stepping on the scale because I would have told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I know
this is one of my favorite segments.
What a friend. What a friend.
So I'm not gonna fat shame him.
Okay, I was trying to, but
you're doing good. Like if you said that to me, I'd be offended. Well done.
Yeah, I don't.
Hashtag that's offensive.
Yeah, I have to recover in between fat shames just because I feel gross talking to fat.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sorry.
That
wasn't a very good one. But.
Well, speaking of which, how's the marathon update?
Yeah, it's not going good.
It's coming. So when this releases, it'll be way past your epic failure.
It's
you're running.
What's your prediction for the?
Nice,
but I'm down to 202.
Attaboy.
Well done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no big deal.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
What are you down to? 130.
So what would that be? That'd be like 1/10 of a 1/10 of a ton.
Yeah, dude. You're the healthiest one in the room.
He wore his dad's clothes to the podcast.
I said earlier that shirt is so big on him, like it's such a big shirt that it could almost like fit on me.
Yeah.
We're
almost there.
It would fit two Michaels, but half a Sean.
Yeah.
Hey, my recommendation to you to lose what weight are you trying to get down to?
I don't know, 230-ish.
Okay.
220.
I recommend.
Or just like healthy. I don't really care.
Yeah, sure, just less.
Yeah. My goal is just like not be out of breath, like just to be able to like maybe just like be able to run like 2 miles like pretty decently without having to like stop every quarter mile and like gasp for air, you know? Almost like fighting off collapsing on the pavement, you know what I mean? Like I just want to get to a point where I like feel healthy. Like I really don't. I've looked like this my whole life, so I'm not.
Sure, I got it.
I'm not going to have an 8-pack. I'm not like, yeah, I'm going to get fucking jacked and ripped and be sexy and awesome. It's like, I know me. You know, I know what I'm going to look like for my life, but I just need to like be healty though. That's kind of the goal. It's not really like a number, but
I like that
but the number is a good way to kind of track. You know
I can tell like you're going to hit your goal, but you're not going to be obnoxious about it.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, because you know those people that like hit their goal and then now you're like, what?
Take 80 pictures of
like you don't know, like every week it's the before and after pic.
Have you taken
6 years ago? I was full of
No, you haven't taken a before picture.
No,
don't post it. Yeah. Can you not post it?
Yeah,
I'm so tired of that.
I took a before picture last year, so
Yeah.
like I have a year old before I got to my worst. So I don't even have like a picture of the worst. You know what I mean?
You're before and you're after.
Imagine 20 pounds worse than this. That's the first picture. This plus 20 pounds, and then the after is the.
I think it's just best to surprise people.
Yeah.
You're like, hey man, you're losing weight. Like that. I have friends that they post like weekly things. Down 2.5 pounds, down 3.5. It's like, dude, just shut up for 6 months and blow our socks off.
Yeah.
Why don't you do that?
That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Don't because then by the time you hit your goal, no one's even impressed. Like, dude, you've been annoying us with this crap for the last year. Like, we saw you make it. We're not even impressed now. But if you just do it and shut up about it, and then
we liked you when you were fat and didn't talk.
Yeah.
You were funner to hang out with.
Yeah. We were better when you were eating quesadillas. I had someone leave that in a YouTube comment. They're like,
Really?
They asked me to put weight back on. And I was like,
were you a fat person ever?
Yeah, dude,
Really?
I was up at 215 like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, that was the heaviest. Huh?
What do you now?
175. so a lot less. But yeah, my recommendation is to get in a relationship, get your heart broken, and that curbed my appetite.
Oh, for sure.
Because I had like at the time
severe depression.
Yeah, at the time I couldn't break 190. Like I couldn't get less than 190, and my goal was 185. And then once I hit that, then I was like, well, let's do 175. But like I couldn't crack under 190. I'm like, wow, what the hell? Or 195, whatever that number was. And then relationship ended, severe depression, wasn't eating. Boy, the pounds just came off. And then the key is just keeping it off.
You know what like helps on top of that is if you can get your ex that broke your heart to date somebody with a six-pack.
Yes.
That's key there.
Yeah, get cheated on. Or if you can't, I mean, if you haven't been laid in 9 months, this is going to be harder. But instead, here's an unhealthy nugget of advice. I was sick a month ago. I was really sick, and I had to go do shows, and I was all stuffed up. Mm-hmm. And a friend of mine that's a nurse is like, go get the real Sudafed. You got to go to the counter and sign out for it, because that's the stuff they make meth with, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I took that, and it works. Like, it cleared I was able to do a show. I was, like, not stuffed up. And then I did a weekend of shows, and I was like, I'm not eating. I wasn't hungry at all, and that's the ephedrine in there. Really? It curbs your appetite. I'm sure that's extremely unhealthy.
Oh, yeah.
But do that.
Yeah. And get some meth?
Yeah.
I was thinking, hey, just get some meth.
Like,
meth
just
works,
go through one box of it. Yeah. You know, get down to whatever weight, and then maintain that weight.
Go up to the counter, sign off on your meth, and just do it for a month.
Dude, that whole thing's intense. Like, they look at you, and then you have to sign a ledger, and then they track your ID. I'm sure they, like, mark it, you know? And then I thought it was going to be expensive because of all this work. And I was like, oh, man, how much is it? It was $4. It was $4 for a whole box of it. And I was like, but they made you go through all of this because that's secret ingredient in there.
I think
it's almost like food stamps.
Yeah,
it's
and
cheap,
they look at
meals right there. It's a $4 weekend of meals.
I think they look at like the other stuff that you're buying too, and there's like a certain combination of things that they won't let you buy with.
Yeah, like you can't buy it with that and batteries.
Right.
But I think those people are smart enough to like buy this piece here, and then we go buy the motor oil here, and then we get the batteries here. Yeah. You know, they're all energized. They don't mind.
Yeah,
they've
probably been doing it for a while, so
right.
you know.
The guy took one. It was funny because I was really sick, but then I tried to play it up. Mm-hmm. Like I made sure to, like I coughed a few times when I didn't need to. Yeah. Like those guys, like while he's doing the paperwork, I added.
I swear.
Yeah, I added a few extras. You know,
I did the same thing with like even just NyQuil. I did the same thing.
Yeah.
I just they need to know that I'm not just buying this. Yeah.
It's like, and I don't know. It reminded. I used to work at a retirement home when I was in high school as a waiter. Mm-hmm. And I remember one time this old lady asked for cranberry juice for a drink, and I was like, sure. And she grabs my arm, and she goes, I have a urinary tract infection. And I was like, oh, you didn't need to tell me that.
Super unnecessary.
Yeah. I'm 16. I would have brought the cranberry juice anyway.
You should have like looked at her and been like, I'll make it a double. And, like,
yeah. Now every time I hear cranberry juice, I think of a really old lady's urinary tract infection. Because that looks like the first time I had heard of that.
Yeah. Ironically, that's kind of what cranberry juice tastes like.
Just tastes like your pee freeway on fire. Yeah.
It's awful.
Pee freeway.
Yeah, your urinary. Yeah, all the urine. Your urine road is on fire.
Does anyone actually drink it for fun? You think? It's pretty awful.
Have you ever mixed it with vodka?
Yeah, Cape Cod.
Yeah, you can mix it with vodka, I guess. But
that tastes good.
But just drinking like cranberry juice by itself is
There's
awful.
a comic that does that.
Really?
Ryan Kassenbaum out of he loves Ocean Spray cranberry juice so much he like married it on Facebook. Like he proposed to it because all of his promos for shows is him chugging this stuff. Like so he likes it. I always thought that stuff was disgusting, but with some vodka in there, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Balances out the sugar.
Yeah, it makes it. They both help each other out. It makes the vodka not taste like vodka, and the vodka helps the cranberry, like takes the bite out of the cranberry juice. So you're like, okay, yeah, you two work together well.
Yeah.
I could. After a few of them, you just stop tasting anything at all. And reality
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
stops.
Yeah, reality stops
functioning normally.
You know, it's kind of like a
only
like
your own brain.
You ever walk down the street and you just see like a really, really ugly couple, like both people are just hideous.
Yeah, all the time.
And if you see them, yeah, and if you see them by themselves, it's like it's kind of disgusting. But when you see how
so
happy,
mean.
yeah, I know. But when you see them together and how happy they are together, that's like cranberry vodka. Like it's
they make you so them together makes it more palatable for you. to see them.
You're like, oh, I'm glad you guys found each other.
Wow. Oh man.
That should be a commercial.
But it's
actually.
sweet in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
Ocean spray. Kind of like that ugly person you don't want to interact with.
I mean,
but two of them.
I don't really feel that way, but I kind of do. Though.
Yeah. That's I. This is mean, but like anytime I see someone really ugly, I'm like, man, I'd like to see your parents.
yeah.
Just to see
who
what
did
came.
this?
Who
did this to you?
What two entities came together to make you? Yeah. This is pretty good right here.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. That's horribly mean.
Excuse me. What are you? What are you? This gotta know what you are. Man.
I don't disagree, but it's mean.
Yeah. I feel like we live in a day though you can make up for it with personality.
Sure.
Yeah.
If you do it on a stage, you're fine. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's a tough sell. I think I don't know. I'm sure someone could pull it off.
Yeah.
Like a Jeselnik or something. That guy can say anything mean.
Yeah.
But, he does say some terrible things.
Yeah, I can't. It doesn't seem to work for me.
You have to have the voice for it.
Yeah, like I'm pretty jovial and I smile a lot, and people like I kind of have like this upbeat kind of style.
Yeah.
So people kind of like that. Like, I did this. I wrote a porn joke. It's a clean because I kind of work clean most of the time, and because of this dry bar thing, like people expect me to work clean. But I wrote this gangbang porn joke that's pretty clean, but it's still about gangbang porn.
Yeah.
So like I've tried it, and when the audience has no clue who I am, it works fine. It's a good joke. But like I've done it in front of like people that know me, like are fans, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, that's not what we're here for." No. But the joke is, I don't.
Thanks for coming out, Mom.
Yeah. Since I can't say it on stage, I'm going to tell it on the podcast.
Please.
But it's because I don't like gangbang porn, and the reason is because I travel a lot, and it just reminds me of an overcrowded power outlet at an airport. It's just like a bunch of dudes standing around, just like waiting to plug in. Like, I got a flight. I'm down to 1%. Could I just plug in for a minute? And see, it's like clean.
Yeah.
It's a clean gangbang porn
It's
joke.
clean.
And when you're plugged in, you feel guilty because everyone else is like,
Hurry up.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You're like standing there getting yours. And
Yeah.
Oh, you're just gonna walk away and go to the bathroom and just leave it plugged in. Okay,
that's
thanks.
Yeah, anytime
Thanks.
I see that, there's like only 3 guys working, or like 3 guys getting, or maybe 4. I don't know, depending on how talented she is. There's like 4 guys in the mix, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like another 3 to 4 guys just off to the side, standing there, kind of half touching themselves. And I'm like, the type of person that would get into this, I don't want to meet. You know? And if I had kids, I'd make sure that they stay away.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean they're pedophiles, but it's off-putting.
Yeah, especially when she's like a 3-prong girl. Like
I don't even know what that means. Oh, you're talking about power outlets.
Should take 3 of them, yeah. 3 at once.
Yeah.
I mean,
I once I was with this girl once, and she brought up that she wanted to be with like multiple guys, and I asked her how many, and before I didn't even get the whole question out, she said 5. Wow. I was like, so how many? 5. Like I wasn't even done asking the question.
She's been in that situation before.
Yeah. It was like if you don't answer this quick enough, I can't make it happen. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
But it was so funny how quickly she said 5. I'm like, obviously you've thought about this a lot.
Yeah. Ironically, you were
clearly.
the 5th guy she asked.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Dude, define swingers creep me out. I can always tell when there's swingers around. There's like a musk in the air. You can just tell.
Yeah. It smells like sex.
It's just you can see the fire in their eyes. There's
I was gonna say the eyes. I think give it away. Like, not I haven't been around a lot of them, but
usually like the Hawaiian.
I mean, I haven't been around
like
a lot of them either.
shirts
But
usually, I feel like
I once did a set at Madhouse, and it was a
really young
private
person.
event. Like, it was this whole group, and the group is called Karma, and they never, like, I asked on stage what they were about, and we're just like a social group. We hang out, but everyone, like, the guys were wearing too many scarves, and the women looked like the women had too many, like, there's too many sultry eyes in the audience, and then all the guys were wearing all these scarves. They all look like they managed a strip club, and I'm like, by the end of it, I was like, you guys are swingers, and it got quiet. And I'm like, oh, I nailed it. And then it got quieter. And then sure enough, like afterwards, I got the proposal. One of the ladies came up to me, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. I'm not. I don't even like kissing a girl in public. I'm like, it's uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
So I need to be in
intimacy
complete
stuff.
private for me to get all. So I definitely can't have a bunch of creeps around just watching my pulsating man ass. Just getting,
hairy.
Yeah.
Pulsating hairy man ass.
No,
I don't
get
like
out of
kissing
here.
girls at all.
Yeah,
so.
you can't. You actually can't.
It's all gross.
You're so against it.
The ass pulsating.
You're so against it. You've taken a 9-month break.
Yeah. Hashtag sex strike. Keep it away, ladies. Get that pussy out of here.
Beat it off with a stick.
Real quick, I do want to
Sure.
We'll talk about some more stuff, but real quick, I did want to just get for the listeners at home. You can follow Zoltan at Zoltan Comedy.
Yeah, on all the social medias, it's the same handle.
Same, yeah, across the board.
Yeah.
Zoltan Comedy. I'm not gonna spell that out for.
No, if you can't spell it, I don't want you following me. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But also, check out his podcast, This Week in Zoltan.
Yeah, I just talk by myself.
Yeah, I like that. I
It's just kind of like a
format.
weekly diary. I kind of treat it like an open mic. Sometimes some of the things, like stories I tell on the podcast, end up on stage and they become bits.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like
how long's the podcast usually?
Like between 30 to 45 minutes.
That's good. That's a reasonable. amount to
so it's not
digest.
too long,
Yeah.
and it's just me, which is a tough sell. Like usually people like interviews or like a story or something, or like like a story about something, and I don't give them that. My podcast is like the first 10 minutes of Mark Maron's podcast.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, this is the part people fast forward through. And I'm like, yeah, that's my whole show.
Yeah, that's it.
My entire show is me talking about my week.
Yeah.
But I'm a storyteller on stage, so some of those stories are all right.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Do you think that your podcast by yourself is better or equal to or less than like therapy?
Oh, it's not therapy. I also don't treat comedy like therapy.
Yeah.
I treat comedy like going to yoga or going to, like, some people have golf.
Yeah.
Like, they feel better afterwards. It's an activity, but
it's a hobby.
Yeah. I feel like anyone that really talks about doing comedy as a form of therapy, they're really bad at it. For the most, I'm not saying that it's across the board. Yeah. But anytime I've watched a comic on stage going, this is cheaper than therapy for me, or some hacky line like that.
Yeah.
They've been bombing, and they've always bombed every time I've seen them. Like,
that's
so,
a very
It's not comedy isn't therapy for me. It's the only thing I'm good at. I love doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me feel amazing. I'm comfortable up there. I'm more comfortable on stage than I am, like, God forbid I have to talk to someone at the grocery store. I'm sweating and my skin's crawling.
Yeah.
But as long as like everyone's sitting there and they have to focus on me, then I'm comfortable, which I'm sure I don't see a therapist, but I'm sure whoever that person would be like, yeah, that's a red flag. We should work on that. Okay. But yeah, I don't treat it as therapy. I treat it as like an open mic. Like there's stories I've told on the podcast Where if I haven't told it, if I wouldn't have told it on the podcast, I would have never tried it on stage. Like a few months ago, I thought I had bed bugs, and it turned out to be hives. And it turned out like I had this crazy night where I was scrubbing everything, my whole place, no sleep, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And I would have never told that story on stage, but I told it on the podcast, and like I felt the beats there, and I'm like, I think this can go on stage.
Yeah.
And then I tried it on stage, and now it's like a bit I do all the time.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I treat it like an open mic.
Yeah. I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. I hate talking to people too.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Like
Stranger
strangers,
comes up to you?
like like the
That's
small
worst.
talk, man.
Small talk just makes me want.
As soon as someone asks me how about the weather, I immediately shut down.
Yeah,
like I can't do anything about it. It's become a reflex.
Yeah.
So let's get into our next segment. How is the weather today?
Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
It's really nice.
It was a beautiful day.
It was a really nice day. Made up for our kind of crappy weekend. Yeah. All the sun came out during the week when
I took my shirt off and went outside and walked around with this fat belly.
Atta boy.
So I'm trying to get this fat thing a little, colorful.
So wait, like away from the beach?
I feel like that's an optical illusion, right? Doesn't it?
No. Wait. Away from the beach? Like, are you this far inland, walking around outside without a shirt on?
Balboa Park, yeah.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Middle of nowhere. Thursday afternoon, middle of nowhere.
The further you are away from open water without a shirt on, the more people keep an eye on you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah. Like I think once you can't see the ocean water anymore, you put a shirt on.
You can see the bridge.
rule.
You can see the Coronado Bridge and a little bit of the water from the top of Balboa Park. Yeah. That counts a little bit.
So you're up there at the top of Balboa
I'm only
Park,
a couple
shirtless.
miles removed from being a weirdo.
Yeah, close.
Good for you. Glad you're out
Just
there.
do it confidently.
Yeah, I'm trying.
That's good confidence.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
You're not a shirts off at the beach kind of guy.
Oh no, I'm shirts off at the beach. Oh, at the beach, yeah. I'm shirts off at the beach. I'm never shirts off at the park. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is a little different.
I went for a run in a tank top the other day, and I felt self-conscious about it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You're like, is this? Yeah.
I just lost it. I've lost all self-consciousness. Yeah,
Good for you.
Not a
Yeah,
boy.
thanks, man. Thank you.
Not a boy.
You're like a plus
Feels
size
good to
model.
just not give a fuck.
I'm proud of you.
You're beautiful.
If you just don't have hopes, you don't end up disappointed. I don't get it. No one else gets this, guys. Like, why just don't aim for anything in life, and you won't be disappointed.
It wouldn't be a self.
I don't know what to add on.
That is correct. Yes.
I did want to ask though.
Of course.
A new segment we have as of last episode. Have you ever pissed and or pooped your pants in a public place?
Like as an adult?
Just ever.
Oh no, not in a public place. As a kid, I flooded the computer lab in kindergarten. We had a really mean. So I went to like this rich elementary school in Pittsburgh when we lived there. We lived in this rich neighborhood, and we had computer lab, like a separate teacher, And he was mean. Like he always got mad at us for using the bathroom. Like if we asked to use the bathroom, because I guess his class was only like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But we're tiny. Our bladders are small. Like we have to pee. But he'd always give everyone a hard time. So before we went to the computers, we'd all sit at these little chairs, and he'd tell us what we got to do on the computers. And then we'd go to the computers, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I got to pee, but he's gonna yell at me. So I just held it until I couldn't, and then it's all like tile, so it didn't soak into any carpet. People are just walking through a puddle of my piss.
Did anyone help you clean it?
No, I said nothing.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing. I said nothing. No one said dick. Like the kids were like, "Oh, what the hell?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know." Like there isn't like a trail leading to me
up your leg.
Yeah, up my leg into my crotch, and I just sat going, "I don't know. I'm just working on computers."
That's weird. It must have tracked up my leg. I don't know.
You know what was weird? No one said anything to me. The computer teacher, my regular teacher, none of the kids. All they did was at the end of the day, they pinned a note to my shirt that said Zoltan had an accident. Wow. And then my mom, who was Hungarian, she didn't understand that the word accident could mean you peed your pants.
Yeah.
She thought I got hit by a car, because I'm not injured. Yeah. And she's just like, "What accident? What would you fall? You hit your head? Like what?" And I go, "I peed my pants." And she goes, "Oh, that's an accident. All right." She didn't know how words worked, certain words in the English language. But yeah, I flooded the computer lab.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, one time I crapped my pants as an 18-year-old, but I was like getting over being sick, and I fell asleep on the couch. And then I woke up and like I was gliding in my shorts a lot, and I was like, "What is that?" And I turned to my roommate and I go, "I think I crapped my pants." And he goes, "Are you serious?" Like it didn't smell.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Are you serious?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, get off the couch." And so I went to the bathroom.
Can you smell check this for me real quick?
I went to the bathroom, and I don't think it was. I don't know what it was.
You shampooed your ass after that?
It was like white. I like discharged white out of my ass, and I just threw everything away.
Ooh, that wasn't actually the question I asked.
Yeah. I just took that to another level. That was like the worst food poisoning I ever had.
That could happen when you're asleep though, because like I work in I assist in surgeries.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually, I mean, it's not like super common, but it happens fairly regularly where like
people shit themselves.
Yeah, they shit all over the OR table. Yeah.
And they never know.
Who do they call for that? Who's the low man on the totem pole on that? Is it you?
Well,
Dusty,
kinda.
yeah.
It's usually the nurse. The nurse has to do it, but I'm like I help like turn them on their side and just because I'm a nice person. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they? I just pictured them treating it like a dog, like there's one of those things at the park, right? No. There's one of those things at the park just right next to it, and you get the bag and you bag it and you put it in there. Pictured that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, it's never like that solid.
I would assume not.
Yeah.
No one's going to surgery going that healthy.
Yeah.
Usually their system's pretty messed up by the time they're getting cut open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, boy.
That seems weird, like if you were pooping, like flaying face down, like your butt's up in the air. Could you poop like a solid rock hard poop? Or would it have to be liquid to come
I think
out?
you'd
It seems
have...
like gravity would put
This
a
is
weight.
why I wish Jackass was never canceled.
They call that
gravity would push the weighty poops back.
They call that butt choking. Yeah.
Butt choke. Yeah. Bottleneck. A bottleneck.
Yeah. My dad told me the story about when he was in boot camp for the Marine Corps. This guy shit himself and he had like turd balls roll down his pants and like out the bottom of his pants like while they were marching.
Oh, man.
There was a guy that crapped his pants at the gym once.
Ooh.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
It looked like cookie dough. That's what it looked like.
like perfect balls of like
it looked just like raw cookie dough. And I was like, what the hell? And he's like, and he didn't speak English. He was this little like Asian man, and he was wearing swim trunks. So he was like trying to waddle in from the pool. He didn't make it.
Oh, poor man.
And he's like, sorry. And I was like, I'd leave. I'd go, that wasn't me. And I'd go away. Are you kidding me? Yeah.
Well, if he was an Asian man, he has honor. So.
Yeah. He wants to save face at the gym. I got a vamoose. Was there like one more question?
Well, yeah, the one last thing I wanted to ask was the first time we ever met was at Riff City Comedy.
You held my beer.
I held your beer, yeah.
Thank you.
I wanted to shout out Riff City Comedy real quick, but also I wanted to say when I offered to hold your beer in the front row, you said that you weren't going to make fun of my shorts.
Yes.
But I wanted to know now if you, like, here's a platform for you to make fun of my shorts. These are actually the exact same shorts, too. So roast away if you want, actually.
You got the legs.
I wanted to thank you for not doing it in front of a crowd. So I wanted to give you
and that
the
was a
opportunity
cool
to do it
crowd.
now.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, that's like a thing like comedians do anytime someone's wearing shorts in the front. Like, it's kind of like, well, there it is. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Men's legs are gross. But yeah, you have the legs of like a Victorian queen. Like back when being heavier meant wealth.
Yes.
You know? Like, those are the legs in the paintings.
All right.
Those are good shorts.
Thank you very much.
And that was that covers the fat shaming. So
Yeah.
best of luck on your journey. I hope you lose all the weight. It's very nice to meet all you guys.
This is how fat I am. I'm like 75% of the way to like not seeing my dick. So how fat do you think I am? Ooh.
I was very impressed.
He's like a super nice guy. For some reason, I thought he'd be like not meaner, but like I thought he would make fun of you for being fat more. I thought he was that kind of guy, but he's actually like super nice.
Yeah. Shout out Zoltan. Had to take off. But make sure to follow him at Zoltan Comedy. And yeah, subscribe to his podcast, This Week in Zoltan, on Apple, Google, kind of everything.
Yeah.
Also, we are offensive. That's offensive. At offensive. Also, now that we got suspended from Twitter for the second time, and we're pending appeal on our suspension for the second time on Twitter.
Really?
You can follow our secondary account at Too Offensive, which is at the number 2 UHFFENSIVE.
Oh.
So make sure to follow both accounts so that when they when the cowards at Twitter, suspend our account now or in the future, you can follow us on one or the other.
Can I ask, was it for the AOC comments?
Oh, it was absolutely for the AOC comments. So I was going to read them. Do you want me to read the
I've heard them, but yes, you should read them for the people who don't know them.
I'm not going to do the first one. We might have even talked about it already, so I'm not going to bore you. But this is the email we got. I want to just read it for you guys. One last cough. Hi, that's offensive. Your account at offensive has been locked for violating the Twitter rules, specifically for violating our rules against abusive behavior. You may not engage in the targeted harassment of someone or incite other people to do so. We consider abusive behavior an attempt to harass, intimidate, or silence someone else's voice. So before we got, basically we were just like being obnoxious and saying like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has beautiful titties.
Yeah.
It was just like, it was funny when she's like trying to be real serious, whatever. And it's like, okay, I get that. Like that is kind of harassment, it's like you're saying like all you're good for is your looks, not your voice. Here are the tweets in question that 2 tweets that got us banned again. So I wrote at AOC, we all really respect her thoughts and opinions. Keep going, girl. But also they need to move that computer screen a little bit so we can get a better picture of those beautiful life jugs AOC calls her titties. Is that abusive behavior? I mean, come on.
I can see why Twitter would think so.
I'm specifically saying, like, keep going, keep going. Share those thoughts.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm silencing your voice. I'm not harassing you. I'm complimenting you.
I'm sure everyone who read that.
Telling you to keep talking, but I'm also, in addition to telling you to keep going, girl, I'm just like pointing out the obvious. I'm pointing out the elephant in the room. Like, you got beautiful, succulent titties right there that you're hiding behind computer screens, Do us all a little favor and.
Are they beautiful and succulent?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen like cleavage or anything.
I know. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm so disappointed. Like she hides them. Like she needs to be showing them.
I have no comment on her physical appearance.
You sure? Yeah. Well, so the second is
AOC cup. Is that
A or C cup?
No, AOC cup. I don't know.
It's pretty good.
I'm very smart.
Yes, you are.
Classy.
Well, the second one was at AOC. Totally agree and love how she is sharing her opinions. Keep going, girl. Right? Like, I'm not silencing her. I'm encouraging her.
Yeah.
But then I also added, but she should also share a little more of those big, beautiful titties with us.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I saw those before they were banned. And as soon as Sean was like, hey, our Twitter account got banned for a second time, I was like, I'm pretty sure. No, I know exactly why. Yeah. I'm honestly not surprised.
So yeah.
I like the second Twitter account, though. That's pretty funny.
While we're suspended, follow at 2, the number 2, UHFFENSIVE.
I like it.
I am Sean Corey. You can follow me at SEANIECORY on all platforms. I'm here with Michael Timmerman Smith.
Yes,
you can follow
sir.
him at MCTJOKES.
Yep.
On Twitter.
Hocus.
Do you want the Instagram? Do you want people to follow you on Instagram?
I never post on there, but sure. I think it's MCT Timmy on Instagram.
Different.
Yeah.
And then I'm here with Dusty, who recently changed his handle. So all the previous podcasts where we say his handle, make sure to correct yourselves, fool, and follow his new account.
Exactly.
Dusty K Tunnel.
Dusty Tunnel, which is at DUSTYK
KK.
KKK. TU.
Just one K.
Oh, sorry.
Just one K. I am from Visalia, though.
Oh, that's where I got confused. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you want to donate to us and help us grow and make content in the future, you can follow us and I guess donate and join T-shirt club and all that at subscribestar.com/North Park Radio.
Yeah.
Donate, also follow North Park Radio.
Donate, obviously spelled DOUGH, in reference to Sean's physique.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Donate.
And we all know where that money's going. You know what I mean?
Some say it's a bottomless pit.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still on the segment.
But yeah, join T-shirt club, get T-shirts. Real quick too, I just wanted to say also and shout out friend of the podcast and other like fellow podcaster from Seattle, Gator Sauce. You can follow them at Sauce Gator.
What up?
SAUCEGATOR.
GAYTOR.
Funny comedians from Seattle. I think they're all from Seattle.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to shout out Kurt, one of the podcasters. You can follow him at Kurt_DA_Hurt and vote for him for president. So he's running for president. Check out his podcast. I think the last couple episodes here in May, he had answered some questions. He might have even answered a couple of our questions on some podcasts coming up that we shot him. So check that out. And if you agree with him and his platform, give him a little vote for president because we need a good one. You know,
sounds good.
We need a good one for once.
Yeah.
Kurt the Hurt. You guys are all gonna love him for president.
Yes. Yes.
Dirty Curdy, we call him.
Yeah.
Dirty Curdy, Hurdy.
Dirty Curdy's in his 30s.
No. Shut up, dude. You don't know how old he is. What a fucking ignorant asshole, dude.
I'm sorry.
I think he might be actually, yeah.
I'll leave for real this time.
My roommate has a customer that comes in that like caters weed
parties.
At like weed infused dinners.
Really? Food. Mm-hmm. Like food edibles and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like barbecue sauce and like.
This will be noted.
Okay.
Off the podcast. Off the podcast.
Yeah.
More details.
Actually, I think we have some of the barbecue sauce in our cabinet. I can show you.
Ooh, sounds good.
Yeah, I've had their ice cream. It lit me up, but I'm a bitch.
Yeah.
To quote my dad. My dad's actually, he doesn't think anything about me. So, no, I don't. Also, just a lie, but true though.
Made me laugh.
But true, yeah. A true lie.
Let's just build up the horrible childhood that I didn't actually have. Yeah. Cool.
Good times.
Any updates? Apologies? Recent sets?
No.
You've been doing sets, right?
Yeah, Dusty.
Losing comedy contests and
yeah, I'm really,
you're really great at losing comedy contests.
You're so good at like actually being the best comedian in a contest, but never actually winning the contest.
I gotta
it's
say,
amazing. You're really good at doing that.
I gotta say that it feels really good to be good at something, even if it's losing.
Yeah. Always the number one loser every time.
Yeah. So I'm doing another one this weekend. If you wanna come celebrate an L with me.
Oh yeah.
We'll celebrate the L for the half marathon the morning after.
I'm believing you. You'll finish it. It's just it might take a little longer.
Yeah, there's some. The half marathon. Yeah, I don't.
Like or the set. I mean,
we'll see.
Either or. Neither. Just give up on both.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh man, if you did that, I'd drink with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So by the time this comes out, it'll be over. But it's at Iron Fist Brew Company.
Yeah.
Brewing. Oh, the one. There's one they're in Vista and wait, is that right? I think they're in Vista and Barrio Logan. So Barrio Logan.
Okay.
but this will be out like a month after.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Looking backwards to it.
At least, yeah.
But spoiler, I lost.
What was the Game of Thrones one?
It was just
talk about that.
Yeah, it was just like it was just a one night competition. This next thing, it's like a comedy league that the same guy that put on the Game of Thrones one, it's the same guy that runs it. So this next one's actually a league, so it's an ongoing thing. But the Game of Thrones one, I didn't really have I didn't think I had a good set, but I still thought I was better than at least one of the people that moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that person had lots of friends that voted. So, which is how they go. That's how the contest or the audience vote once. The one that I'm doing this weekend is actually judge and audience. I don't know how they do it exactly, but
okay,
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you a month ago.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah. It seems like that should be the smart way to do it, is somehow blend both of them. Like audience vote, but maybe like pick out 4 or 5 people to be like quote unquote judges, and maybe their votes count for 5 times as much. So maybe it kind of skews the audience vote based on like people who kind of know their shit. Like you'd get the judges to be like comedians or people who like know comedy.
Yeah.
But you'd still have like them be maybe like a super delegate.
I say,
it's like they have like a super vote, but maybe not like the entirety.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the one we went to last where you lost was 4 judges voting, right?
Yeah.
And they
like
clearly just picked people who quote unquote were like comedians, like classical comedians, but not people who were like actually funny or making the crowd laugh.
The more I thought
like the
about
people
it,
who were like maybe quote unquote a comedian, like doing because not to knock the guy, like he was really good at like being like, you can tell he's practiced and been on stage a lot.
Yeah.
But he didn't get laughs.
Yeah.
So it was like you could kind of tell he was a good comedian. So I feel like a judge that knows comedy could see like, yeah, this guy is a good comedian. He just didn't get the laughs.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but
I don't know.
should be like the crowd would definitely have voted for you because you made everyone laugh definitely the most. Like, so it's a weird give and take where like, yeah, sure, maybe you could justify him because he's quote unquote a better polished comedian, but he wasn't funny. He didn't win the night,
Well,
so
I
kind of
think,
feel like you have to have that balance between judges and
I think it being a festival too. Like I was thinking about it more because I think like all the people that moved on and even some of the other people that weren't me, they showed up for the panels and talked to like the people running the show. And so like there was that like they were networking and like being like a bigger part of the festival, and I'm sure that had a lot to do with it because I worked during all the panels and stuff, so I didn't go to any of them. Mm-hmm. So I think that that probably played a role in it, and then that's just like a learning experience, like the next time if I ever get selected for a festival again, like I think I just need to make sure that I have like I make time to be able to go and like
do all
events, that, do all that stuff and meet people.
That's kind of bullshit though, where it's like,
yeah, I mean, well, it was a contest.
Whoever Brown noses the most gets to.
Well, I don't know. I think it's like a complete when it's a festival. It's kind of like a whole package kind of deal. Like they want to know that like the people that they're promoting are gonna be like.
Like taking it seriously.
They're gonna pay off or whatever. So,
but like, there's the reality of like also comics have to work.
Yeah,
like, I'm a fucking comic, dude. Like,
well, I mean, if
I don't have free time,
if you dive head first into the scene, like I mean, there's a lot of comics that are living out of their cars and stuff trying to do it.
Yep.
So I just don't have the balls to leave my job that pays my bills.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
Yeah.
I get it. Like,
yeah, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah. So I don't know. There's a lot of angles and things, and it is a business. So it's like I've thought about it a lot, and I think that like if anything, it was a learning experience. Hopefully, I get a good tape out of it, and in the future, I hope to do better. So,
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Fuck it. You know?
I like it.
I don't know. It's like I've never actually, you know, I've done comedy for probably 4 or 5 years, but I've never taken it as seriously as I've taken it the last 3 or 4 months. So, you know, I'm trying to get, my goal is to hit a stage 4 times every week. And hopefully I'll up that number once I start to get a little bit better. So, and then I'm making an effort to meet people. So
seems to be working out.
Trying to stay humble.
You're getting on a lot of shows though.
Yeah. I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, I was the funniest one there. Like, even though if that's like kind of what it seemed like, I think that there's a lot more to it than just having that like one good set, you know, like you gotta network and you gotta be likable off the stage too. And that's where I struggle, is like, I just don't like talking to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get there eventually.
Thanks,
you may not ever like talking to people, but you may learn to tolerate it.
Yeah. Because I definitely don't fucking like it.
Yeah. Maybe that's all you got to shoot for. Just tolerate it.
Yeah.
It seemed like with Sean's goals and your goals.
Yeah. Sean just has to tolerate like eating less.
Just like
So we're both working out. That was mean. That's really mean.
That's so funny.
Tolerate like being a normal human being.
Yeah. That's a wonderful way to put it.
I mean, that's one thing you have, is you talk to people really well.
That's what I was telling him outside.
Yeah.
I was like, his people skills are improving.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I'm getting better. That's the key.
There you go.
I get better because I suck, and then I listen to myself suck, and then I get better, you know?
Yeah. Like even there's this girl that I've seen at a lot of open mics lately, and she came up to me after last night. She's like, oh, we've never, I see you everywhere, but we've never officially met. And she like introduced herself. And then, and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I've seen you. You're pretty funny. She goes, yeah, you're really funny. And I was like, oh, sometimes, not tonight. And then that was the end of the conversation. Like,
attaboy. Way to shut that one down.
Like, dude, I suck. Like, why am I so shitty at talking to people?
Yeah.
Like, it should have just been like, oh, thanks. Here's more conversation.
Yes.
Like, here's something else to talk about. I just like, yeah, sometimes. I wasn't tonight. See you later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You weren't in the mood. That's fine.
Never.
Hey, but you had a girl in to talk to you, and you're probably going to see her anywhere else anyway, so it's not like you won't have opportunities to fix it if you want to. If not, you can say fuck it.
Cool.
And fuck her.
No, hashtag sex strike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's
you guys
right.
on the sex strike with me or not?
Not voluntarily.
No? You're not a Volcel?
No, I'm definitely on the sex strike till I'm not.
Yeah, that's how I'm on the sex strike.
Officially, until I am not
until the moment I don't want to be on the sex strike.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Hashtag sex strike.
Yeah,
for now.
Until Georgia and Alabama reverse their crazy bigoted laws, I am not going to put my penis in any vaginas or buttholes.
Well, here's
maybe
what
mouths, because mouths are not sex, right? That's just. Yeah.
Here's what I'll promise you.
That's just a fun.
I can't promise the sex thing, but I will not film a movie there.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same.
You will not film the next season of Stranger Things there.
Yes, I will not. Yeah, I will not participate in any sort of content making in the state of Georgia or Alabama. Unless anyone in those states wants to pay us a lot of money to do content making.
Yeah.
We'll
how about this?
That,
I will not have sex with a woman named Georgia.
or Alabama.
Or Alabama till the...
I will cheer really hard against Alabama football for the next 2 years. You know,
and I say that confidently, knowing that there are no women named Georgia under the age of 60. So
yeah.
Last thing is a Trump quote.
Go for it.
Can I end on a Trump quote?
Yes, absolutely.
So this is Donald Trump. I have a great relationship with
President Donald Trump?
President. 45. This is 45.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks.
President Trump.
Yeah.
Lord and Savior.
Emperor,
what is it? Supreme Emperor, ruler?
I don't know.
What is 4chan has like a name for him that's like Emperor or something.
I don't know.
And then,
like
did you see
4chan
that
magazine?
Italy? Did you see Italy with that giant parade?
Yeah, with the giant. That was crazy.
It was like an emperor. It was like this big, crazy, like had like a sword and clawed hands and stuff.
Nope.
Yeah, so Emperor Trump said, I quote, I have a great relationship with African Americans, as you possibly have heard. I just have great respect for them, and they like me. I like them.
That sounds like something he would say. It's really like a lot of these.
Honestly, it sounds like something they would say.
You know what? Yeah.
It sounds like something them would say. You know,
Them, they, them.
It sounds like something those would say.
Yeah, those. What do you mean those?
Oh, that's negative. That's the negative connotation.
Thems, a bunch of thems.
Found it. All right, I'll apologize for that. I apologize to anyone who might have taken those out of context.
Apologize, right? No,
I apologize for Michael always apologizing.
You know what? I'm gonna go cry about it.
Men's legs are gross. But yeah, you have the legs of like a Victorian queen. Those are the legs in the paintings. Like back when being heavier meant wealth.
I am not going to put my penis in any vaginas or buttholes.
I get it. Like,
yeah, you're a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Definitely on the sex strike until I'm not.
Come on, guys. Hashtag sex strike. Cool. You guys, fuck. We get it.
You're so against it, you've taken a 9-month break.
Yeah, hashtag sex strike. Keep it away, ladies. Get that pussy out of here.
Beat it off with a stick.
Hashtag, that's offensive. But she should also share a little more of those big, beautiful titties with us. A or C cup.
No.
Beautiful, succulent titties right there that you're hiding behind computer screens.
But I got the hairiest ass on the planet.
I'd argue for the title on that one.
Hair off, go.
I can hear my friends from the other car screaming, "What the fuck?" I never showed anyone my ass ever again.
Yeah.
Call them Sasquatch for 6 years.
Yeah.
No, why would they?
Asquatch, actually. Ass hair off.
And we'd grab it and take pictures of our butts. And then we'd laugh and high five because we were 20.
Yeah.
And that's what stupid people do. You saw 2 cheeks, and then south of the cheeks, like an afro of hair came out of my ass. I was so upset that I shaved my ass that night, which was great for about 4 hours.
They call that butt choking.
Like, if you said that to me, I'd be offended. Well done. I love that this is called North Park Parade. Like, this is not what I expected. I expected someone with, like, a beret that was going to tell me more about Hungary than I knew.
That is not this podcast.
All right, cool.